It is October 23rd, 2:31 a.m. and in this video, I decided to just make a prompt for myself right now because I just want to talk about something that I'm interested in. So, I want to talk about, here's the best way I can word it in 2 words: interpersonal psychology. So, it's like this. I'm interested in how people interact with each other and how those interactions affect the people and the networks that people have, the connections that form different networks of different people and with various different relationships. And I've actually never taken a psychology class, like, ever, but it's just that I've just been interested in that aspect of psychology, of people interacting with each other. And the reason I think it was interesting, and the reason why I am trying to learn more about it, is because it's because of a few reasons. Like, first, it's because it's unlike any other subject. It's not like math, it's not like chemistry or science, it's not like biology where you just have to memorize everything. And it's not like math where you have to understand and follow the same process over and over again and follow logical steps. Because psychology or interpersonal relationships with people, they don't exactly follow logic, and they don't exactly follow just memorization of facts. There's like something in between, almost. Like, it still makes sense when you understand it, but some of it might not be logical or be straightforward at all. And my other reason is that another reason is that I think that human interactions and just like interpersonal relationships and those kind of things are the least straightforward, least intuitive, and most hard to understand thing that I've ever encountered. Because there's no formal way of learning about it. Everyone just figures it out on their own by just talking to other people and making friends or losing friends, or just saying something and having other people having a positive or negative reaction to it, which supports, which gives itself as a positive or negative reinforcement towards that behavior. And I guess that's how people learn how to behave in social situations. But then at the same time, if everyone behaves the same, then everyone's boring, and then so some people want to be more interesting and behave out of the ordinary. And so there's also no right way to do anything. Like, you could say, in a situation, you could say X or Y or Z, but then they could all be good, or some might be bad, but you'll never know because there's no direct feedback. There's no like exact range where you get to know if what you said is correct or incorrect. And also depends on what your audience is, like who the person you're talking to. There's all these different things. And I'm also interested in it because right now my friend groups in college have been, for some reason, unnecessarily overcomplicated with weird conflicts and drama and breakups and stuff. And also, there's also other things going on too. What? I don't things I'm going on. I'm just yapping there. But I also learned from sociology. That reminds me. Because from sociology, okay, here's it. Okay, I always talk about how like I hate sociology to other people, and that's kind of silly because I thought one chapter of it was kind of interesting. All the other chapters were boring. But there is this one chapter I found interesting, which was about networks and weak ties. So I learned that suppose I like to think of people's connections with each other. Like if you're a friend of someone, that'd be kind of like a line in between you and that person. And so if you drew out like a whole network of people who's friends with other people, yeah, you would draw a line in between each person and their friends. You would get a whole network. And if you do that, you would see these cliques of like groups of people where everyone knows each other, and they'd be like all grouped together in like clumps. But then in between these clumps, there would be these singular lines. And these lines are interesting because this is when new unique information gets passed in between two different groups of people, where new perspectives can be passed along instead of like the same people knowing each other and passing the same information towards each other. And those are called weak ties. And I thought those were just super interesting. And I started thinking about like what weak ties I had and if I should form more of them because of the new information, new perspectives being shared. And oh yeah, also like networking events where you get to talk to people that you almost never see. That is like such a valuable, interesting opportunity because this is when it's an event where like people from all different places. For example, I went to one. No, it's not a specifically networking event, but it kind of was one because there was a lot of different people. Like I was talking to a bunch of different like dental students and other students from different universities, and so I got to ask them about how their experience at their university was, and what different resources they had, and different perspectives, and jobs and opportunities. I got access from talking to these new people. Like I got to know about so much more possibilities of things I could be doing, like maybe like dental shadowing or being a registered dental assistant. Like more courses I could take, more maybe they have like different ideas or new ideas that I could learn about. So, which is why I like networking and talking to new people so much, because it's just so cool. You get so much new information. But another, oh yeah, okay, going back to just like friend groups. I'm gonna talk more about this in another video, but yeah, there's a lot of different things going on, different interactions going on within like friend groups and people that either like increase the healthiness of the friend group, I think. Yeah, there's like different ways, like different types of friend groups. Some sustainable, some aren't. And it's like it depends on like the actions of the people there, like how inclusive they are, how much they want to invite other people out. And like, here's the thing. Here's something I'm also wondering about is if a friend group is shrinking, like there's less and less people, would that be a healthy friend group or an unhealthy friend group? Because it might be healthy because they're pruning away the friends that like aren't good, but at the same time, are they unhealthy because they're not inclusive of other people? I think that requires more information about like who those people in the friend group are. And also I learned in sociology, like I also learned a sociology that about locations of social interaction. For example, I know there's a better term for that. I forgot what it was though. But for example, college. This is where a bunch of different people get together at the same location to socialize and talk to each other. That's a location of social interaction where you can get together and talk without having to plan. And so that's like a really good place to make friends effortlessly. For example, a more specific example would be the library where everyone goes to study. So everyone just shows up there. It's like common social ground where you can just show up and talk to people. And the thing is, like when you're an adult and graduate college, that location might not exist anymore. Maybe it's your work, but work isn't a good place to be friends because you can't be friends with all your coworkers. That's weird. And like at the cafe, everyone's just studying nowadays instead of socializing, hanging out. Or at the bar, maybe the bar, but those kind of things are called the third place. There's like the first place would be like your home, the second place is like your work or school. Then your third place is your special place where you socialize, hang out with people. And everyone needs a third place. But I learned that there was like a thing happening where the third place, this concept, was going away. Like what? Well, anyways, try to have a third place. Okay. Well, I'm kind of tired. It's 2:43 a.m. and I'm gonna go to sleep because I have an exam tomorrow about ecology, and I have to memorize a bunch of different insects that I still need to memorize. Oh my god. Okay, bye-bye. This was an interesting talk. I think it was my most successful one yet. I don't know, I'm improving my communication skills. It's going good. Okay, bye.